Hello children, let us continue with the story The Gorilla in the Guest Room by Gerald Durrell. This was the critical moment the two gorillas and ourselves were frozen into immobility. So why were they all frozen into immobility? Because Nandi had just been introduced into Pongo's cage and they all were wondering what their next move would be. To any spectator who did not know the circumstances, we would have appeared like one of the more bizarre of Madame Tussauds exhibits. So he says that if a third person had looked at us standing in this position, he would have felt that we were more strange compared to the various exhibits of the Wax Museum at London, that is Madame Tussauds exhibits. Then Pongo stretched out a black hand with fingers like great sausages. Now sausages are small cylindrical shaped servings of meat. So his fingers were so huge like meat. Clasped the wire and rolled himself carefully to the ground. And very carefully he rolled himself down to the ground. There he paused and examined a handful of sawdust as though it were the first time he had ever come across such a commodity. Then he came to the ground, he just held a handful of sawdust from there, looked at it very carefully as if he was seeing it for the first time. All the time he is planning his next action. So in a casual, swaggering manner, he sauntered in a semicircle which took him close to Nandi. So this was the next move. Swaggering means, this word over here, it means walking in a confident way, and sauntered means walking in a leisurely manner. So he went in a semicircle closer to Nandi. And then without looking at her, but with utmost speed, he reached out a long powerful arm, gripped a handful of her hair and pulled it. So this was the mischief he was planning, looking at the sawdust in his hand. No, quickly, he's very agile, very quickly he stretched out his powerful arm, held some of her hair and pulled it and quickly went. Then hurried along the perimeter of the cage as though nothing had happened. Then went closer outside to the outer boundaries of the cage and looked very innocent as if nothing had happened. Nandi by nature has always been, and I fear will always be, a little slow in the uptake. Uptake means in understanding. So he feels that Nandi has always been very slow to understand. And so Pongo was some 6 feet away when she realized what had happened. So she was very slow to understand what had happened. And by then Pongo had already moved 6 feet away when she understood. By then the baring of her teeth, and she showed her anger by baring her teeth, and grunting of indignation were quite useless. Grunt means to take out that deep sound from the gut with anger. That was quite useless because he was out of bounds. She could not catch him. The first round therefore went to Pongo, but before he could get exalted views of male superiority, I felt that we should bring up a second line of defense. So the first round had gone to Pongo, but before he could feel that he was victorious, he could get a feeling of male superiority. They felt they should bring a second line of defense. We removed the buckets and nets and produced a large dishes full of succulent selection of fruits. Succulent means juicy. So they got 2 dishes full of juicy fruits. One was presented to Pongo and one to Nandi. There was one slight moment of tension when Pongo, having examined his own plate, decided that possibly Nandi's contained additional delicacies which his lacked, and went off to investigate. So for a moment they were really tense because Pongo, as he is very curious by nature, he felt something extra has been added to Nandi's plate and he went to investigate. Nandi, however, still smarting. Smarting means she was still feeling that stinging pain under the indignity. Indignity means the abusive treatment of having her hair pulled, greeted Pongo's investigation of her plate with such a display of belligerence that Pongo, being essentially a good-humoured and a cowardly creature, retreated to his own pile of food. So she was still paining because of the treatment that she had got, the insulting treatment that Pongo had given her by pulling her hair. She looked at Pongo with a lot of hostility. Belligerence means hostility, that in Pongo he was a cowardly creature, not brave and good humored. He quickly went back to his plate of food. For the next half hour, they both fed contentedly at opposite ends of the cage. For the next half an hour, the both of them fed to their heart's content at the opposite ends of the cage. That night, Pongo was, as usual, slept on his wooden shelf while Nandi, looking like a thwarted suffragette, curled up on the floor. Now, that night, Pongo slept on his wooden shelf where he used to sleep every day, and Nandi, like a thwarted means defeated, and suffragette is one who's working for the rights of women. She curled up on the floor. All through the following day, they had little jousts. Jousts are arguments with each other to see who would occupy what position. They were working out their own protocol. Protocol will be their code of conduct. They were working out on their own. That is, should Nandi be allowed to swing on the rope when Pongo was sitting on the crossbeam? So this is what they are deciding amongst themselves. That should Nandi be on the rope, swinging the rope while Pongo is on the crossbeam? Or should Pongo be allowed to pinch Nandi's carrots even though they were smaller than his own? Whether he would just pinch take away a few of, or rather steal a few carrots of Nandi, although they were smaller in size compared to his own carrots. It had the childishness of a general election but was 3 times as interesting. So it was very kiddish, like what happens in the general elections in a country, but it was much more interesting than them. However, by that evening, Nandi had achieved what amounted to vote for female gorillas, and both she and Pongo shared the wooden shelf. So towards the end, Nandi had been successful to get equal rights with Pongo, fighting for the female gorillas, and both of them slept on the wooden shelf. Judging by the way Pongo snuggled up to her, he was not at all averse to this invasion of his bedroom. So he snuggled up to her, means got closer in a warm way with her, and this showed that he was very comfortable with her, and he was not opposed. Averse means opposed to the invasion of his bedroom. It was obvious from the first that the marriage of the two gorillas was going to be a success. Although they were so different in character, they quite plainly adored one another. So from the beginning, it was very clear that their marriage is going to be a success. They are total opposites, but they were perfect for one another. Pongo was the great giggling clown. Giggling means always laughing of the pair, while Nandi was quieter, more introspective. Introspective means a person who examines one's own thoughts and feelings, and watchful, very alert. Pongo's bullying and teasing. Bullying is just to frighten or hurt a weaker person. He used to bully her and tease her. Was all done without any malice. Malice is when you desire to cause harm to another person. He just bullied and teased her out of pure sense of fun. He wanted to have fun, and Nandi seemed to realize this. She also understood that he's just joking with her. He doesn't mean to hurt her in any way. Occasionally, however, his good-humored teasing would drive her to distraction. It must have been rather like being married to a professional practical joker, but at times she would get really distracted. It was like she had to get used to him, getting as if she was married to a professional joker. When she reached the limits of endurance means when she could not bear it any longer, she would lose her temper, and with flashing eyes, her flashing eyes means eyes full of anger, an open mouth would chase him around the cage while he ran before her, giggling hysterically. Giggling means laughing hysterically without being able to control himself. She ran after him and he went on running before her, giggling away uncontrollably. If she caught him, she would belabor him with her fists. Belabor means continuously go on repeating something many times. So she used to go on hitting him with the fist while Pongo lay on the ground curled up in a ball. While he was lying on the ground in the form of a ball, Nandi might as well have tried to hurt a lump of cement in spite of her strength, for he would just lie there laughing to himself, his eyes shining with good humor. So it like hitting him with his fist was like she's trying to hurt a lump of cement. He was so muscular and his body was so hard. She used all her strength, but he would just lie over there laughing away to go high glory. He would not feel the pain, and it's all the time his eyes shining with naughtiness and mischief. As soon as she tired of trying to make some impression on his muscular body, Nandi would stalk off to the other end of the cage and Pongo would sit up, brush the sawdust from himself and beat a rapid tattoo of triumph on his breast or stomach. So when she would get tired, she would just stalk off from there, means walk in a proud manner from there, because she's not been able to hurt him, his muscular body in any way. She would just walk off to the other corner and then Pongo would sit up, clean himself of the sawdust and beat a rapid tattoo. Tattoo over here means rapid and continuous series of hits. He used to hit himself with both his fists as showing his victory. He used to hit himself on his breast, on his chest or his stomach to show that he is victorious. Then he would sit with his arms folded, his eyes glittering. Glittering means shining, working out some other trick to trick his wife. So he sat over there, his eyes shining, working on some other trick in order to make his wife angry once again. Thank you.